Hi, I'm Craig. That's my brother Brad. Welcome to Weekdays with Craig and Brad.
Life is hard, but you can't give up. Let's have a conversation. Weekdays, we're gonna make it today. Weekdays with Craig and Brad.
Episode 99, Brad. After 98 episodes, we made it.
We made it. We made it all right.
We did.
And guess what? This is going to be the best one we've ever done.
It's exciting to hear because, as you know, after tomorrow, we're taking a week off to I use the word recalibrate.
Okay.
I think that's pretty
classy.
accurate. Yeah.
It's classy. Yeah.
It sounds futuristic.
High end. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's, people want us to sound like computers.
Yeah. That's
so
true.
We're going to recalibrate, set some goals, and come on back here in a week for episode 101.
It's going to be the quickest reboot in history.
Oh, man. Which really brings up a really great point that that's what tonight's show is going to be about, reboots. So we got a lot going on.
Yeah, we do. We really do. And let's see. I don't want to miss this. April 14th for our 99th episode, Craig.
Oh man. Okay. This was
1999.
as I everybody knows I date myself. I don't care. Oh, I'm gonna date myself. I am who I am. If you don't like it, screw off. I am 39. I'm turning 40. That was my senior year of high school. What am I doing?
This is the number one song in America, April 14th, 1999. 1999. I was a sophomore in high school.
Okay. I'm going to go with
the year I got my license.
Okay, there's two. I'm going two ways here. Ricky Martin.
Okay.
Livin' La Vida Loca, or I want to say Limp Bizkit, but I don't think Limp Bizkit would ever got number one.
You're closer with Ricky Martin.
Okay.
Here's what we got. No, I don't want your number. No, I don't want to give you mine. No, I don't know, but no. I
don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy who can't get no love from me.
Hang on the fashion. Yep, that's it. TLC, no scrubs. I wasn't a fan of TLC.
Me neither. But, we are singing the first entire verse. So
sometimes you're like, when I look these things up, I'm kind of like, I didn't even like that movie, or I didn't like that song. And today it was like, as we get closer to the millennia, there's less that I'm going to like. So I'm going to stop this little thing. I've been doing it since the 80s, since our 80s. I
really enjoyed it.
I have too, but look, we're going to be, when we come back for episode 101, you want me to start with the year 2001 or 1901?
1901.
Okay.
It'll be
on this day in 1901, what was the number one song in America?
Just start over at 1980. Who cares? Or 1981.
It was sold exclusively on sheet music because records have not been invented yet.
Well, I'm just saying, it'd be like Jimbo and his jar.
The number one song in 1901 was "Can Can Dance" by the Flapper Gals. I don't know. But yeah, maybe I'll keep going. I don't know. It's been a lot. Definitely has been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed doing it.
Just start over in 1980, like tomorrow, and because the date's going to change, And I'll have forgotten everything.
I did want to get to the year 2000 because it just feels like solid. We're going to be in episode 100.
Okay.
We'll stop there and then we'll reboot when we come back next week.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a week of everybody who watches the show. Thanks for tuning in the past 99 episodes. Hopefully you tune in tomorrow for our big 100th episode anniversary extravaganza. Whatever we're going to do for it, it'll probably just be, pretty similar to our other shows. But then a week's going to go by and you can be like, oh man, remember that show Weekdays with Craig and Brad? I hope they bring that back.
Yeah.
They need to reboot that. And then guess what? that following week, we'll reboot and come back. It's going to be great.
What if we come back, episode 101, with like a hard, edgy look to us, right? And the intro theme is like this hard rock or rap, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what the kids want today.
Yeah, we're in leather, and we've changed our names to like Snake and Viper.
Yeah, I love that.
We're just completely out of touch with what's happening. It's me, Snake, and this is Viper. Welcome to Weekdays with Snake and Viper.
Hey, man, I got to be honest. Way better name. Way better name than this show. Oh, my gosh. Noodles says he's already in withdrawal. Look at that. I know, Noodles. Just deal with it, okay?
Well,
just
look,
deal with it.
There's no chance that you have absorbed all of the content we've created over the last 99 episodes. You go back through, start at number 1, and watch the show grow. You've got a
changed.
whole week. It has changed. It's grown a little bit. I used to be. This has changed. I used to be behind my in front of my CDs. Remember, and I used to pull CDs out. It feels like forever ago.
And you know what? Between now and whenever the show ends, it's going to change a lot. You know, the show started with like a 15 to 20 minute daily podcast, and a couple days ago we went 2 hours.
That's right.
My wife was pissed.
Well, you know, it started out as a show that you could sit and you take a poop, watch the show, and you'd be done. Now, if you do that, if you start the show and you're in the bathroom, you're sticking with us for 2 hours. If we go 2 hours, you're not allowed to turn off our show or you're not allowed to flush until our show is over.
That's just the rules. That's how it goes. Hey, Travis Keys came in and resubbed tier 1 for 11 months. Travis, thank you so much, buddy. Greatly appreciate that. It's good to see you. Also, gifted out 2 subs, one to Ray 2465 and Cverb 73 over on twitch.tv/Stuttering Craig. Thank you guys very much. Greatly appreciate that. And Travis, you guys who got gifted a sub, make sure you say thank you to Travis. And because number 1, that's really nice. Number 2, consider paying it forward to somebody else, because that really, really brightens somebody's day, including support the show. Glad everybody's in tonight. We got a really good one tonight. Really, really good one. I think you guys are really going to be into this.
It's absolutely one of the best. I love the chat conversations right now. We have a lot of poop talk right now. What if our phone is about to die? Well, here's the rule: if your phone's about to die and we're in the middle of a 2-hour show, you can get up to get a charger, but you can't wipe, and then you got to sit back down. So come prepared.
Do the waddle. The waddle over to your phone charger.
That's right. James Meyer says, seriously, who takes a 20-minute poop? Everybody, every day takes a 20-minute poop. I don't even know what kind of
you clearly don't have kids. At a certain point, you just go to the bathroom and you don't come out for a little bit.
You're right. It's a getaway. It's a getaway. I gotta go to the bathroom again.
Like if you're a parent, you just kind of go, well, gotta go to the restroom.
Right. It's a true story. Golly. And then they come in anyway. What are you doing, Dad? Nothing. Get out.
Leave me alone.
Being a parent is sad sometimes.
And also the best at times. It's good.
Completely the best. Love it.
Hey, speaking of the best, you know what also is? That's right. The YouTube comment of the day. This is very fitting considering the conversation that we're having right now. This one coming from Hero of Kush, which I believe is another word for weed. But Kush, check it out. Hero of Kush says, I have a bidet.
Oh,
very fitting today. Oh, you know what? Here's a thumbs up and a heart for you, friend. Congratulations, Hero of Kush. That's all it takes to comment. We look at all the comments, including the one about you having a bidet. Hero of Kush, congratulations. You truly, on episode 99, receive the YouTube comment of the day.
That's great.
Okay, apparently my mom is texting me and says I have to shout out. I'm going to read exactly what she said.
Okay.
Gotta shout. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Gotta shout out Uncle Paul, Gary, and Brian and Ellen.
All right. Woo!
Hey, I'd like to give a shout out to all my homies in the back, hanging out, watching out, all the family members getting together. Right. Way to go.
The family is the number one supporter of the show. That's for sure. They're the backbone. Yeah, throw it up in the chat. Uncle Paul. All right. This is fantastic. It's a family affair for sure.
Mhm. Can we need to show our family what kind of support this show truly has. The numbers may not be large, but the audience heart is massive.
You know, that's what I was going to say about the YouTube comment of the day is like, you know, you could put a lot of words on in your comment. You could put a little bit of words in your comment. What we're looking for is heart.
Mhm.
And
Or
when you write, I have a bidet, we can feel the heart.
straight up in
your
the coccyx, right there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All
All right,
right.
very good. Are you ready to dig into this today? We have a very serious topic. Oh, by the way, you know what? Something I do want to talk about really fast. When you look through our catalog of the previous 98 episodes, including tonight,
Yeah.
and you go down the list, and people say, "I really missed when you talk about the funny stuff and the good stuff, and you do lighthearted shows." Shut up. All right, shut up.
Right.
No, you don't, because you don't watch the other stuff. You don't watch
Right.
the other stuff. Last night we did an episode where we talked about Hulk Hogan's pasta, and it was like the worst viewed episode we've ever done. Okay,
Ever.
Okay.
I was really disappointed in the views of last night's show because I thought we were talking about the roll up your sleeves special, and we had a great conversation about that becoming a movie based on this image, and that was really funny stuff. And then we talked about ordering from Hulk Hogan's Pasta Mania restaurant at the Mall of America in the 90s. If you didn't watch last night's episode, you go back and watch right after this one and catch up, because that show deserves more views. And yes, Craig, you're right. Okay. We get, oh, I don't want to talk about COVID. Yes, you do, because those are the most viewed episodes. Okay. Yes, you do. I'm done.
Way to go, Brad. Way to yell. Way to yell at the audience. That's a way to make them endearing to us.
You don't even know what you want. We'll give it to you and you'll eat it. All right. Hey, listen, before we jump into our serious topic of today, we've got to do a segment we haven't done in a while called What Are We Doing?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. This
wait,
was.
I don't have the asset. Where is it? Did I delete it?
Oh, no. No, we don't have an asset for What Are We Doing?
It's been so long we haven't done it. It's called What Are We Doing?
No. It's just called
What the heck is
Is that it?
No.
This it? No. Is this one it? Ah, crap.
Craig's malfunctioning, man.
The YouTube. Okay.
This is why we've got to.
No.
This is why we got to reboot.
No.
No.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh man. No. This is the segment called "What Are We Doing?" Oh, look
sorry.
at that! I've never even seen that feature before.
You like that one right there? There you go. I'll
Yeah.
put that one up right now.
It's
Hey,
fantastic.
total reboot of the show. Okay, what are we doing? Yes.
All right. So what are we doing is a segment where we find something online and we bring it and we go. We basically, it makes us go, "What are we doing as a society?" And this one was submitted from Janice on Twitter. She sent this to me today. This is the TRREB. Okay, that is the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board's. The president of this says they will use the word primary in place of master when referencing the main or principal bedrooms in homes in the coming months. So the word master is being removed from selling homes. You can't say, there's a great big master bathroom, master bedroom. You're going to say there's a great big primary bedroom for you to enjoy with your loved ones.
You know, that'd make a whole lot of sense if there was like slavery happening in the house, so that there was.
Yeah, that's why that's why they're removing it, because it's associated. The word master is often seen as a reference to racism, sexism, and slavery. And obviously, every single time you go and do a walkthrough at a house, you're sitting there thinking about all the history of racism and sexism and slavery. You're not just thinking about the future of your life. You're thinking about history and the problems in society that we face today.
Real quick, scroll down real fast.
Yeah.
It's what's the quote in there? It's rooted in what? The word, okay, yeah, the word master is often seen as a reference in racism, sexism, and slavery. Allow me to rework that. That's the primary sentence. The real sentence should say the word master is often seen as a reference to racism, sexism, and slavery to those that look into things way too much.
Right.
There you go.
Right. Yeah. I mean, think about it. Whenever you think of he's a mastermind or the postmaster's coming.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Right.
That's tough.
What a taskmaster you are. Ooh.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Master. Yeah.
I have a bunch of this. Check this out. Here's a bunch from real quick. Let's see. Words including headmaster, mastermind, postmaster, ringmaster, masterwork, taskmaster, mastership, loadmaster. I mean, there's so many. Drill master, yard master. Pick anything and put it in front of master, and you're good. Quiz master, truck master, scout master. Oh my god!
Oh, how could we have done this our whole life using that terrible word?
The masters, the golf.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
The masters.
Oh yeah, masterclass.com.
Oh boy.
Ooh, good. Maybe they should rework their name to reference to racism, sexism, and slavery class.com. How's that sound? I think that's a little more politically correct there. Masterclass.com.
Yeah.
Hypocrites.
Yeah. JF Raptor fan. Yeah, you sent that to me. Thank you so much. I see the conversation going on here. The Iceman says, make sure Brad gets you a cookie. Craig, were we not just talking about this?
Okay. This is what we're going to do. And you know what? We can even start it tonight. How about we do this?
Yeah, just let people know what we were talking about.
Okay. So
you want a cookie?
We were talking about it because people are like, oh, what are you going to do for your 100th episode? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And like, what do you want, a cookie? No, we don't. We want to give you a cookie. So tomorrow, only during the live show, only during our 100th episode, we're going to take the top 3 supporters, top 3 donators, only during the show. The people who donate the most, or use Twitch bits or whatever it is. And if nobody does them, we just won't send any out. We're going to take the top 3 and send you a cookie.
That's right.
Straight up. I'm saying we're going to take a cookie out of the carton, put it in an envelope, and send it to you. Like I'm not doing like Sherry's Berries over here and sending you cookies or sending you out some like Chips Ahoy in a
box. It's a cookie in an envelope. We're going to mail it to you.
That's right. Look, we don't have any budget. No budget. Okay. So if you want, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow only. We may send you a thank you Post-it note on it. We're not advising you to eat it. It's probably going to show up all crappy, but you will indeed get a cookie.
Yeah. This is a little fun idea to celebrate. You want a cookie? You can have a cookie. We'll put it in an envelope. We'll mail it to you. These are the things you won't get on any other web show.
The juice over here says, I'll take a Nutter Butter. You know what you won't do? Request what type of cookie you get.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry about that. For real says no plastic wrap. Absolutely not. Cookie and envelope.
Cookie and envelope.
Look,
I'm not even perishable.
I'm not even going to promise that it's going to make it there. Like I can't trust the United States Post Office. I can't do that. How am I supposed to trust this? Yeah. Who knows? I'm just saying it's going to be tomorrow.
There could be a guy checking the mail and he's like, oh, this one's got a birthday envelope in $100. Who needs that? And then, oh, a cookie. I'm hungry. I haven't had my lunch break yet. He eats the cookie. You don't get it. We're going, well, we sent it. That's it. Right. That's where it might end up.
So tomorrow night's your big opportunity. Like I'm talking about major opportunity here. You can show support. You want a cookie? We'll give you a cookie. Aiden with 110 bits says Cable said, respect my authority. Hey, thank you so much, Aiden. Appreciate the bits over on Twitch. And VCam resubbed 1 year with Prime over there. By the way, if you're watching over on YouTube and you have Amazon Prime, which we know you do because everybody literally on the goddamn earth has Amazon Prime. If you have that and you have a Twitch account, you can link the two up and you can actually support the show literally for free. You just go up there and you click subscribe for free, and we get a free $2.50 for you doing that. Like Twitch just gives us $2.50.
Whoa.
That's what VCam has done for a year. So it adds up. Isn't that
Yeah.
amazing? That's like 25. It's like what's 10 to it's like $25 VCam has supported us with for doing nothing, for just having Amazon Prime. Thank you, VCam. Speaking of $5, check this out. Joseph Ryan came in with the super chat. Says, "Will Brad ever bring back the never-ending story? Will Brad bring back the never-ending story franchise by being a grown-up Bastion? He's a Brandis lookalike." Oh, you know what?
Love that. I used to get that in middle school. People used to say I look like Jonathan Brandis.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't now because he's dead.
Well, yeah, I don't look like Jonathan Brandis. I don't look like that version of Jonathan Brandis at all.
Yeah.
Two celebrities I got in my whole life. Actually, three. Here we go. Jonathan Brandis, Nicolas Cage, and myself.
Yeah. It's good. Get Nicolas Cage quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all got our looks. Okay, are you ready to get into this bad boy? We're 21 minutes into this thing.
We've been goofing around too much here.
Aiden says, "Who's Jonathan Brandis?" Listen, come on. But by the way, Jonathan Brandis was in Neverending Story 2, was he not? Not 1.
Yeah, he was in Neverending Story 2, and he was also in Ladybugs. He was also in Sidekicks. He was also in Sequest. An amazing body of work.
Listen, let me just tell you this much.
Yeah.
Jonathan Brandis, Ladybugs, by the way, if you want to make people feel uncomfortable in the year 2021, you watch that movie in public like we did at Game Attack. Because we did that. And here, by the way, here's Jonathan Brandis. Here he is as a kid. Check it out. There he is. That's Brad. That is straight up Brad as a kid.
I used to have hair like that in about 5th grade.
Yeah. So this was him as a child. This was him in Ladybugs, where he played Martha, the star soccer player on the team.
Oh, Martha, you can't go going around acting like a boy all the time, even though you are a boy. We got to dress you up as a girl, put you on my girls soccer team. Oh boy, that was my
Rodney Dangerfield. That's right. That's good. Yeah. And by the way, as been pointed out from Iceman, says it is on Amazon Prime right now. Yes, you can. I actually did watch it within the last week, believe it or not. And
you watch it every week.
No, I watched Ladybugs. I'm not kidding what it says. About 30 minutes into it, I was like, and I was like, I think this is the last time I'm ever going to watch Ladybugs. And I just kind of mentally wrapped my head around the idea that this is one of my favorite movies as a child. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't think I can watch this movie anymore. You know, it's one of those things you watch now and you're like,
I think I had that feeling last time I watched. I watched it like a year or two ago. And I was like, oh boy. He's like, what's the matter, bud? And he's like, oh, I made my girlfriend's son dress up as a girl and play with me. That's like, oh gosh. And then he gets kicked out of the bar and he's like, that stuff went straight over your head as a kid.
Right. And there's a scene. Oh, look, we talk about that all day. Whatever. Okay. Ladybugs is fairly controversial 30 years after its release. Yeah. But at the same time, go watch it on Prime. Seriously.
It should be rebooted.
I don't know about that. All right. Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first? Because I'll go first.
Go first.
Okay, sounds good. We're doing our top 10 things that need to be rebooted. Okay, these are things from the past that either have not been rebooted or should be rebooted. And I thought now would be a great time to actually go in and dig into some of these things. Now, I know you're probably thinking pop culture, but I am not. I am not thinking pop culture on this. I'm actually thinking with my stomach. And one of my favorite things as a child, and I don't know if you remember this, Brad. One of my favorite things as a child, oh baby, I can't wait to show this to you, was this.
Oh.
Thunderjets.
Oh boy. Those were good.
Oh man.
Do you understand as a like this getting a pack of gummies of fruit snacks was the highlight of the entire lunch, especially if you got something like Thunderjets, because you wanted to get the Mach 5 jet.
It was the black, what was it called? It was the black one. It was the super top secret one. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I have the commercial pulled up here.
Oh, you do.
Right here. Check it out.
Thunderjets. Oh boy, I'm eating fruit snacks.
There he is right there. And as he's flying, he's talking about all the awesome ones, and the super top secret. What's it called? Hold on.
That one right there. That's what you wanted. That was
Oh.
like the
Yeah, what he just said in the commercial, which you can't hear, he says those were not in every pouch.
yeah.
Yes,
So
they were
we got
so
one
top
that was
secret.
special. It was like
Amazing.
getting a. It was like getting a
The stealth bomber. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
That was like getting fruit snacks at lunch. Oh man, did I get the stealth bomber? Did I get, if you got shark bites? You remember those? Shark bites gummies. If you got a great white shark, it was like, oh, I got a great white shark. Great one. I did not think with my stomach. I thought purely toy and movie franchise ideas. But I now you got my. I might switch one while you talk about your next one. I don't know, but this is a franchise I feel like is I don't know why it's been overlooked. I'm sure it's going to come back if it's not already in the works. But you can pull it up right here. Mask, the most coolest of all cool toys of the 80s. You got these vehicles that turn into other vehicles. Everybody came with a mask, which was like their own special helmet. And we had a lot of these, Craig, growing up. We had the base set we got for Christmas.
There were a lot of like strictly 80s things that I remember from, from that time period that were like little toy figures, figures.
Yeah.
That were released then. Mask was one of them. I also remember there was these tiny little like animals or something, and they had fire emblems on their chest, and they were like decals.
Yeah,
remember what those?
I have a couple of those. Yeah,
fire and wind, water.
Were those called Beast Masters?
Oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah, that sounds familiar. I don't know. I don't know these things, but it's one of those things where I remember that as a kid, and it was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, those were great ones. Little toys were interesting in the 80s because mask guys were like this big. And yeah, we had that. And see that red car there? That was the main one. One of my earliest memories, Craig, is you holding that and flying it around. That's always been one, just like that. That was one of my earliest memories.
Thunderhawk, Switchblade, and Rhino. I mean, come on, get out of here with that. How amazing.
80s toys were the best, and 80s cartoons were the best. And the great thing was that like a lot of those, it was a whole system back then. Like if you've watched the documentaries on Masters of the Universe and how that all came about, it's really fascinating because they were creating cartoons to sell toys and toys to sell cartoons, and the art was great, and it was a perfect time to capture the imagination. It wasn't too much detail, as far as like the computer animation that's in there today. It's still a cartoon, but
right.
Those were great times.
That's amazing stuff. Next on my list is something that has technically been rebooted, but has not been rebooted correctly. This actually exists today,
okay,
but has not been done the right way. And I'm talking about MySpace.
Ah, yes.
MySpace. Now, when I say done the right way, now it's like some music thing, whatever. That's fine. I'm talking about bringing back the top 8s, right? Yeah. I'm talking about going in here and working over your wallpaper, customizing your HTML, Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, going in and putting your selfie with a camera and being friends with MySpace Tom. Like, that's what I'm talking about. So that's the MySpace that I want brought back.
Yeah. I think it would be great to bring it back exactly as it was, because we're reaching a point online, and I've had this theory for a while. I think I might have brought it up on the show, where I think that an entire generation has spent their life online, that if you were to bring back a web browser or an experience that they had online 10 years ago, exactly as it was, if you want to go with MySpace from, more than 10 years ago now, just the idea of logging in exactly as it was through your computer, having the backend you learned HTML through MySpace trying to put in all the code and stuff
Right.
to make your page. I think that would be their throwback stuff. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, I totally remember that code," and then they'd start typing it in and get excited about it.
I don't know if you necessarily allow the code to be accessed to, because there's like a lot of hacking ability, but I think that you do allow people to upload their own wallpapers and stuff in the background to their own profile page. I think that'd be super fun.
Yeah.
You know. But I wonder if anybody's actually attempted this. Just bring back a social network site where you can only post, you can only post so much, and you have a top 8 friends, and like that's it. That's the only function. I mean, I think there's actually a novelty to that now.
Yeah.
There really would be a novelty to that. Maybe we can make Craig and Brad space.
Yeah. I wonder how hard it would be to make MySpace these days, because we're talking early 2000. I think it came online about 2004. So you're looking at 15 plus years now, and how much websites have changed and how everything's just drag and drop now and stuff, and it's so easy. But it would be interesting to see if we could just create you just create an account, you put your picture up, you pick your favorite friends, share a few songs you like, let them comment if you want, and that's it, whatever.
Yeah, I think that'd be super fun. It'd be super fun to do. All right, what's next on your list?
Following behind Mask, this is another franchise from the 80s that was short-lived, but we had these toys, and they're super expensive these days if you want to get one in the box new. I've looked. Centurions. Do you remember these, Craig?
Kind of vaguely, not really.
Okay. These were about action figures, probably about, I want to say 10, 11 inches tall.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they had these holes in them, and you stuck on their gear. One guy was for the air, one guy was land, and one was sea. And between you, me, and our older brother Kenny, we each got one throughout the year of like 1987, I think, for our birthdays. And I thought they were the coolest thing. And their bad guys were pretty cool too, because they had like an arm that you could pull off. And anyway, it's pretty cool. I liked the guys with helmets, obviously, growing up. I liked action figures with helmets. I thought that was like the coolest feature of any kind of superhero. RoboCop, like that.
Whatever happened to the giant action figure? By the way, I know I say figure. I'm trying to correct it. No, I'm not actually. Screw you. I say figure. Whatever happened to the giant action figures? Like, think like Voltron, right? Coming together and making those big things. Man, that should be rebooted. Although
They
it has.
reboot Voltron.
I know. And so it's Thundercats and blah blah blah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you have these big old giant pieces of articulation in the knees and the arms, and maybe the elbows worked, and that was about it. Maybe the head swiveled back and forth. So there's like seven points of articulation on it. Yeah. That's kind of the nerd way of saying it moved. But they were giant. They're these giant action figures.
Yeah. Jumbo size. I had a jumbo Ninja Turtle. It was about this big as Raphael. At least it felt like this big when I was little. It might have been smaller, but that was great. That was great stuff. I don't know. I'd like to see Centurions come back, because I think it's a little niche kind of thing for the hardcore nerds of the 80s. And
it's pretty hardcore.
It could be done pretty cool. All
right. Before we move on to mine, Travis gifted a tier 1 sub to Honorox. Honorox, good to see you. Make sure you say thanks. I'm sure you already have. Awesome. Honorox. That's great. Travis, thank you so much for your support tonight. Okay, next one on my list is a little controversial, because I actually didn't know that this has been rebooted. And I have such nostalgia for it. And I feel kind of guilty. I didn't know. I just thought it was this thing of the past, and but it's back already. So it has been rebooted. And it obviously doesn't have the appeal that it did when it was first announced or first happening in the early 2000s to the mid 2000s. I'm talking about Homestar Runner.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
And Homestar Runner is back, by the way. You can find it has a YouTube channel, which it's still uploading things as of a month ago. So It's still there. So they are still uploading, it looks like one thing a month. So if you're a Homestar Runner fan, it's still there. I had no idea. Yeah.
I bought a shirt from homestarrunner.com in the early
Mm-hmm.
2000s. I still have it somewhere. It's yellow. It's got a duck on it. I can't remember which character had that, but yeah, that was great. That was way ahead of its time.
Oh, sure.
Way
Yeah,
ahead of
absolutely.
its time.
So I was actually, and let me just bundle up two here real quick. The other thing that should be rebooted, I'm extremely partial to this. Screw Attack.
Oh, Craig.
It should be. It should be. Now, with that said, I would not oversee it, most likely. I wouldn't be a personality. I just think that it should have it come back in some way.
Well, you know, our friend Spaz on the show the other night said if he gets $1 million, he's going to give it to you to relaunch Screw Attack.
Spaz, I'm waiting on it, buddy. if anybody has a cool million laying around, by the way, it doesn't cost $1 million to buy it, but I think that would really go a long way.
Yeah,
we got reparations. So
right, that's right. Hey,
Seaverb says shameless plug is shameless. Welcome to the internet, buddy. Welcome to the internet.
You know who did get rebooted? Stuttering Craig.
What's up? Twitch.tv/Stuttering Craig. Go get it. Back for the first week in 5 years. So go see it. Go make sure you go hit the follow button over there. Speaking of the follow button, Runaway 5 fan, hit the follow button over on Twitch.tv/Craig Skits. Really appreciate that. What's next on your list, Brad?
All right, so you were talking about food, so I looked this up real quick. This one came to mind, and I remember buying these at the grocery store as a kid and thinking they were just really fun. Not that I went, but I got these. I remember Mom buying these.
Wow.
Do you remember these?
Giggles. Yes, I do remember these.
They were like an alternative Oreo cookie, and if you know, I'm boycotting Oreo right now, or person-cotting Oreo right now, and if these were on the market right now, I would be sending their stock through the roof. Look at that free prize inside. Wow. Look at those fun faces.
I very much remember those. Wow.
Yeah. Am I throwing it back to you?
Oh yeah, I'm being thrown back hard right now.
Yeah. Also Nabisco. Look at that.
Wow.
It's kind of like the people at Oreo were like, look, it's between Oreo and Giggles. We've got to make a decision. They're essentially the same cookie. Do
we go with this name brand of Oreos that's been around for 100 years, or go with Giggles?
Well, I'll tell you what. If they stuck with Giggles, they would have been ahead of the game. Look how inclusive Giggles is.
Good point.
They've got all sorts of people.
Mm-hmm.
They've got happiness and joy involved in their cookie. They've got all the different colors. This would be a great 2021 reboot if Nabisco decided to bring back Giggles. Yeah, emoji faces, right? They would totally have rebranded into emoji cookies.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we make our own emoji cookies and sell them? That's a $1 million idea right there. Yeah. Oh my gosh! Hey, you want a cookie? Let's do it. Come on. Oh my god!
The poop emoji cookie. Everybody's sitting around smiling, eating this poop shaped cookie because that's a statement on our time.
Man, that'd be awesome. That'd be so good. All right, next thing on my list. I actually have a couple other things on my list. I'm gonna go video this time. I don't really know if anything can really justify. I can't describe it, so I'm just gonna play this. That's all you need to hear, baby. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Oh, man.
American Ninja Warrior for kids before all that stuff.
Oh, man. This is awesome. Do you have it? Guts.
Oh, yeah.
How amazing was this?
Look at
with
this.
Mike O'Malley.
Oh, that's great.
So amazing.
I kind of want to stop the show and watch now.
I know. What do you know, Mo? What do you know?
Yeah.
What Mo, go and send it down to the sideline. That's right. With the aggro crag, there's so much about Nickelodeon Guts. Like, yeah, it's like American Ninja Warrior for kids, but I think that Guts is vastly superior to American Ninja Warrior because you don't need to be a super freak athlete to be on it.
Yeah.
All these things on Guts. There, you got kids jumping off bungees, jumping and dunking basketballs. You got them shooting arrows and stuff. They're swimming under lines and going through crazy mazes of like stretchy things and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it was so fun to watch. Then at the end, guess what? We're gonna face off one-on-one in the ultimate athletic competition while we run up a mountain. Oh my God, come on.
You know what? You're right. There does need to be more. I'm thinking about it. Like, as a kid, you're watching that show. What are you inspired to do when you watch that show? Be physical, get some activity, go run. You're like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. I'm going to make that in my backyard, right? What do kids do nowadays? They watch other kids play with toys on YouTube. Like it's open, it's egg surprises and blind bags,
right?
And they're just watching somebody else open toys. Yeah, that would be an amazing thing to bring back, because I know that we do watch American Ninja Warrior, and my kids do like watching that. But at the same time, you're like, yeah, it takes a lot of work, buddy, to get that strong, to be able to swing from point A to point B. But if you got a course that anybody can show up on, any kid can show up on and still feel good about getting through it, whether that, however far they can get through it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So I was, it's funny because I was actually going through and thinking about this. And I actually went to go see a live tour of Nickelodeon Guts when it came. They did a traveling tour with it. And I remember seeing in person, they had the aggro crag set up in person, and they're like, I don't know if they're really taking people out of the audience, but I'm like, back in section 375 going, please pick me or whatever. Yeah. And obviously you're never going to get picked, but that was always a dream of mine, to be on Nickelodeon Guts. And had I known anything about television like I do now, I would have gone out of my way to get to know somebody so I can be a contestant on that show. That would have been absolutely, like, you talk about a childhood dream, man. Let's reboot Guts, like adult Guts. Guts.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Adults need that too. It's one thing for adults to watch American Ninja Warrior, but like, what did adults have back then during that time? American Gladiator.
That's right. That's exactly what it was.
You could be anybody and go on American Gladiator and still do well on the show. It wasn't out of your reach to be on American Gladiator.
They tried to they rebooted American Gladiators like 10 years ago with Hulk Hogan and Layla Ali as the host. And Hulk Hogan's shtick is so boring. It's like, oh brother, it's time to go down and see the people fight against Blaze and Hawkeye and whatever. And it gets stale. Hulk Hogan should not be a host of something like that. The thing that made the original American Gladiators so great was that they treated it like it was a real competition. And it was amazing. So it wasn't all overly produced and super bits. I think that's something when you think of like a sporting event, you want there to be some production value, but at the same time, you don't want it to be overproduced. You want a little background on the competitors. You want to get to know them. You want to know about their kid brother who had broke his ankle, and you want to do it for them or whatever. You want to know about that stuff. But at the end of the day, you just want to see them shoot some stuff at Blazer, who's up on the top of the mountain. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's really all you want. So
Blazer. That's great. Man.
Yeah. As James says, Gina Carano was an American Gladiator. Yeah,
wow. I could totally see that. Yeah, but you know what the problem was back then?
What's that?
Toxic masculinity.
Awesome.
Even though there were strong females on the show.
That's right.
Not good enough.
Speaking of toxic masculinity, I'd like to welcome Rage Quits, who hit the follow button, Reese Cali, who hit the follow button, and Reseller Love Club, who hit the follow button. Thank you guys very much for the follow. All just filled with toxic masculinity. Sorry about that. K-Shaw also resub Prime for 7 months in a row, 8 total months. Says, I never had cable. All my friends made me jelly about this show, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Mr. Theater G says, is this live or recorded? You tell me, buddy. You tell me. All right, what do you got next?
All right, next I'm sticking with toys. Going back to toys after the Giggles spin-off there. I was into dinosaurs, and I don't see very many shows. We had Jurassic Park, I think, was the peak of dinosaur fandom in the early 90s. It's never quite come back, and Jurassic World is now, in its place, and that franchise is just sort of riding the dinosaur train. But I loved dinosaurs as a kid, especially if you combined dinosaurs and lasers. And there was a toy called Dino Riders. Pull this up. Does this
I
not
see it.
look like the most epic adventure of a lifetime? We had some of these, and we had this Triceratops guy down here. We had this guy right up here, this pterodactyl thing, and these were people. Look, they were fighting aliens, and just this poster is exciting enough. If this was a movie poster for a movie today, I would go see it based on nothing. This movie poster is greater than any trailer I've seen, or this toy poster, this teaser toy poster from 1987, I think, is a better. It is more appealing to me than any teaser trailer that's come out online in the last like 10 years.
Man, that's awesome. Hey, let me show you something real quick. There's actually a game that you can buy on your PC, Brad.
Uh-huh.
Look at this.
How much of a letdown would it be if you went to the movie theater to see Dino Riders and that was the dinosaur you got in the movie? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I don't think it did very well. It's a Steam game, but there's that. So
what was that called? Beast Warriors?
Beast Battle Simulator.
Okay. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, that's good stuff. I just wanted to share that with you because why not, right there. Also coming in with the $5 super chat, coming in with a little conversation. Willie coming in. Willie Singleton says, Magic Middles and or Sky Commanders. I'm not familiar with Magic. What are Magic Middles?
I don't remember Magic Middles. Sky Commanders, though, were like these guys that they had a backpack and a rope, and you'd slide them across. Yeah, very cool.
You're gonna remember Magic Middles when I show them to you, Brad.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Let me pull them up really quick. Magic Middles. Here we are. Oh my God. Let's go with this. Oops, wrong. I hit the wrong button. Here we go. Magic Middles. The Keebler cookie that had the inside here. Yeah, you remember that now?
Yeah.
Oh man, let's go.
Those were good. Oh, all of those snacks from that era. Remember PB Crisps?
Oh, God.
Those were the most addictive thing ever. You'd eat a whole bag in 10 minutes or something.
Oh, that's amazing stuff. Let's go with that. Here we go. Here's the commercial for it, by the way, if you want to check it out, because why not?
Yeah.
Boom. Do you remember this now? I remember this. I actually very much remember this. And these were outstanding.
I can taste them.
Right, can't you?
Yeah. I know exactly how they feel in my mouth.
Man. Oh. Well, Mr. Singleton, thank you very much for letting Brad think about all the things that's in it that he can feel in his mouth right now. Give it up for Magic Middles.
I can feel it in my mouth.
I can feel it.
I can feel the magic middle in my mouth right now.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. Man, that's the good stuff.
Yeah, that is. There's lots of good suggestions popping up.
All right. Next thing on my list. I have 3 more.
Yeah, I've got a couple more too.
We're going way past 10, but we got great people showing up. Zubu, hit the follow button. Zubu, thank you very much. Make sure you guys say hi in the chat. Lots of new followers tonight. That's what I'm talking about. Glad you guys are in. Follower only chat. It's a great thing. Lots of new followers tonight. Next thing on the list. This one I know you're going to agree with, Brad.
Mm-hmm.
Things that need to be rebooted immediately, and very simply going to show one image, and you're going to make you cry.
Okay. Oh, that was the most wondrous tunnel of all time. That are you talking about like Epcot in general?
I'm talking about Figment in general.
Journey into the Imagination.
Yes.
Figment. With the Dream Finder.
Yeah.
One of my all-time most inspirational experiences ever.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Like tugs at my heartstrings to think about that original Journey into the Imagination ride. If you want to know the peak of theme park creativity ever, you missed out if you never rode that ride. You get in, it's dark, the curtain comes up, and the ingenuity behind that ride was phenomenal. And that was one of the problems why they couldn't keep it up and running, because the carts were on a rotating belt, and they'd go in down different lanes. I can't even describe it to you. You just have to go look up some old videos, but I hear you, Craig. And then the upstairs area where that tunnel was and all that stuff.
Right. So when I speak of Figment, I think of the entire attraction. Now, it has been remade 2 separate times since the original attraction from the 80s has gone. Now, if you were to go back and look at the original attraction today, it would look extremely dated. It looked dated in the 90s, right? Which is why they redid it. But they essentially took all the wonderful things that made it wonderful and kind of pushed it to the back burner and made Figment this like caricature. Whereas Figment has always been this whimsical character that's all about using your imagination. And that's the beauty of it. And you say it really made an imprint on you. It made an imprint on me. And today's Figment is okay, but I do think that if they were to take him back to his roots and really just focus in on Figment and the Dream Finder, and not this, the head of the Imagination Institute or whatever. The Dream Finder specifically needs to come back with Figment.
They could absolutely reboot it with like a steampunk vibe. Throw in, I had a whole idea, you could even crossbreed the idea of the Imagination Institute, the comics that came out a few years ago based on the Figment. Those were great. They had a young girl who was like the great grandniece or something of the Dream Finder. Just go off of the comics. Those were great. Those had a great storyline to it. And you just
steampunky,
Yeah, steampunky. So you had a little new girl character introduced into the world, and they go and they get the Dream Finder, and it was a good comic book series. I collected the whole thing. You started me off on those on a birthday one year, and you're like, hey,
check it out.
Yeah.
Storm Eagle X hit the follow button, and I am Big Daddy Steel also hit the follow button over on twitch.tv/Stuttering. Thank you guys very much for hitting the follow button. Hopefully you guys say hi in the chat. We have an extremely open, welcoming chat. We would love to introduce you to you guys. I want to let you know we do our podcast Sunday through Thursday night around this time, but I also stream in the mornings at 9 a.m. Central Time for a couple hours. Play a lot of classic retro stuff and Mario. So Jonathan Hill came in with the $5 super chat. Says the Nick Arcade type reboot needs to happen. Also, Disney's Gargoyles. It's good stuff. Nick Arcade was something that, I'll tell you what. Here's next on the list.
Behind this door is the Video Zone, a place between our world and the video dimension.
There we go.
Challenge you for control of the
What,
Video
Jonathan
Zone
Hill?
is
What?
one of the game wizards. Is it Murloc, Scorsha, or Mongo?
Here it comes.
These 2 teams will compete for the right to enter the Video
Yes.
Zone and face that game wizard's
I'm on
challenge.
TV.
Who will it be? Find
Oh,
out
man, that's
today
great stuff.
on
Okay, there you go. Nick Arcade. Yeah, I know Seaverb said that. Yes, Nick says Xavier Woods, Austin Creed is trying to reboot Nick Arcade. Yeah, for sure. But him being on G4 is going to have put a real big wrench on him doing something for Nickelodeon. Just throwing that out there. But with that said, that is an amazing show. It was so ahead of its time, so technologically advanced. And I think that if they were to take what we have today, it would be done a lot easier today than it was back in the day. And look way better than what it was. And by the way, I have a couple Nick things on my list. But if you haven't seen this, I was introduced to this documentary last night, actually. It was on my suggested list because Hulu knows me better than I know myself. There is a documentary on Hulu called The Orange Years that is about Nickelodeon. And it was produced a couple years ago, and I didn't even know this thing existed. But it essentially takes you through the start of Nickelodeon and talks to like the major players and all the personalities that are on it. It has Mark Summers and talks about Double Dare, talks about Nick Arcade, talks about Keenan and Kel, and You Can't Do That on Television, and all these marquee shows that made Nickelodeon what it guts. Talks about all these shows and Nickelodeon's philosophy. It's only like 90 minutes long, and actually it's done by the guy who did the Goldbergs on ABC. The Adam F. Goldberg was one of the executive producers on it, so it's good.
I felt like I'd be friends with Adam Goldberg.
I think so too. But it was really good. It's called The Orange Years. Yes. Yeah. And it does, Noodles, it does talk about Salute Your Shorts. So make sure you check that out. It was good. All right, what's
Cool.
next on your list, Brad?
All right, I added another one based on food. Somebody had mentioned these, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I could talk about foods that you can taste in your mouth 30 years later."
Mhm.
And we were talking about gummies earlier. Now, I lived on gummies. I still love gummy candies and fruit snacks, but these so delicious.
Oh, wow.
Do you know how good these were?
I can taste. It's talking about things you can taste right
That's
now.
what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
And I've got a
Wow.
connection with Spot here too through my Unaware Steve association. But yeah, so delicious gummies were just probably the best gummy
Yeah.
there was. I think
Wow.
that's peak fruit snack gummy right there.
That's amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. I'm very curious if you can actually go in and find that somewhere, because I legitimately can taste those right now.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's making
God.
my mouth water. Nom, 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 nom. Good stuff. We had so much junk food at this point in childhood.
Oh man.
It's no wonder we all have issues now.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. That is insane. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
there-
I'm literally, my mouth is watering
I know
thinking
that's
about
what
this
I'm
thing.
saying. Like you can taste the sugar, you can taste the sweetness. Ooh.
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
All right. What you got?
Travis, have a good night, buddy. Thanks so much for your support today and all the gifted subs. That's outstanding. Storm Eagle X with the follow button says, it's I hope we never part. Or now we get it right or pay the price. Hey, I don't even know what you're talking about, but I'm glad you're chatting, Storm Eagle X. Glad you're here today. Thank you very much. Box to the box, man. Box, good to see you. Resub in tier 1 for 6 months in a row. Great to see you, Box. All right, my final thing on the list. I'm going back to Nickelodeon with this.
Oh wow, lots of Nickelodeon.
Lots of Nickelodeon. I love me some Nick.
Mhm.
Final thing on the list is something that should be rebooted, but needs to be done mainly for the purpose that there's nothing wrong with this show. Everything about this show
Mhm.
teaches kids about how to be a good person. Doug.
Oh yeah.
Doug.
Yeah.
Doug is just about a good kid. Just a good kid. That's it. He's got Patty Mayonnaise over there and Skeeter helping him out. And he's just trying to be a good kid. And the funny thing about this is that they tried to reboot it a couple years after it was taken off the air, like in '95. They tried to reboot it a couple years later, and some of the voice actors didn't come back with it. So it's got to be done, treated the right way, and it has to feel the same way and look the same way and be drawn or animated the same way. I'm not saying I want the exact same thing back, because I don't. But
you got to match that tone.
Right. The idea of just Doug was a good kid working his way as an 11, 12-year-old kid trying to figure out his life with his friends. And he was always trying to do the right thing but he was always the awkward kid. He was never the popular kid, never the nerd. He was just a kid. And that's what made Doug so special. And I think that exact line was in the Orange Years, by the way. And so I'm going to steal from that. But that's 100% right. You should go watch it. It's great.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I remember Doug. Doug was great. And you know what I also loved about a lot of those cartoons? Doug was easy to draw. I did a lot of drawing growing up, and you like Ren and Stimpy were hard to draw, but Doug was an easy one to draw. He had simple features and stuff. All right, I've got 2 more on my list, and I'll just touch base with. I'll just touch them just a tad.
Okay.
So we've got this cartoon here.
Oh, come on now.
Going back to dinosaurs, my love of dinosaurs as a kid. Denver, the last dinosaur. We can't sync up with the delay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the delay in it. He's my friend and a whole lot more.
Yeah, I've got a Denver the dinosaur shirt you may have seen me wear a few times on the show, but just a cool dinosaur hanging out with some kids. I don't know. I think we need more dinosaurs right now coming back. All right, so there was that one. And then the last one is a super huge franchise that's still around today, still being rebooted, but we need a new live action Masters of the Universe. It never really got its due the first go around. It was, this movie was nothing that you wanted out of Masters of the Universe when it came out. You're like, what is this? And it's got Courtney Cox in it. I watched this a few years ago because I was like, would I like it now? And I do like it as a piece of 80s
Like
movie
nostalgia, yeah.
nostalgia. But it's not Masters of the Universe as you would expect Masters of the Universe to be if you were growing up watching the cartoon. But I would love to see them do a new movie of Masters of the Universe, like that's just maybe done in a Thor-like way or something, the way they're doing all of the Marvel stuff, but maybe keep a good 80s tone over it, kind of like what they're doing with the Wonder Woman 1984 and things like that. I think
Well,
that would be
unfortunately, if we learned anything from the Toronto Real Estate Board, they can't call it the Masters of the Universe
that's
anymore.
right, the primaries of the universe. Yes,
Oh,
we
Lord.
can no longer use the Masters of the Universe because it's oppressive. That's true. That's why they would just call it MOTU, Master MOTU.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that was a great little dribble down memory lane there, and I think my goal in life is now to remake MySpace.
Yeah, I think that'd probably be really easy. In fact, I think you could probably buy the domain for a cool $2,000 right now.
No, MySpace.com is very much a thing, but maybe like you just buy CraigandBradSpace.com.
That's right.
And we'll go in and we'll make our own little spot on the web. That'd be super fun.
Yeah.
Real quick before we go, Travis gifted a tier 1 sub to Storm Eagle X, who came in and was chatting. I love that. Always love to see that. And real quick, before we go, we need you, if you made it this far, to head down to the comments section. We need to get the comments flowing, baby. All right. We're going to use this time, listen to Al Gore and the Al Gore rhythm. Feed that algorithm on youtube.com/Craig Skits.
Yeah.
And let me know what you would like to see rebooted. You have about 20 to 25, maybe 30 seconds of Al Gore rocking your face off.
I'm Al Gore, the voice of your generation. Young people today, let me ask you this. How can we party? The earth is so big. Can we party? I'm Al Gore, the voice of your generation. Party.
Daddy Quack came in with 100 bits. Says, perfect strangers and Married with Children for me. Don't say Married with Children wouldn't work now. There are far worse things on Fox today. It's not that I don't think Married with Children would work today. It's that I don't think that today's audience would be very accepting of Al Bundy going, pig,
that was something I wanted to bring up in our conversation the other night about, we were talking about black families on TV in the 80s and 90s. And we're talking about the Huxtables, and we're talking about Fresh Prince and how they were really good role models. Family Matter. They were good role model families, inspiring. And we watched them as just families on TV. We didn't care if they were one color or the other. The show was good, so we watched it. But I was thinking, I was like, yeah, they like Black culture had these inspiring, strong families, tight-knit families with, and then I was like, but we got Married with Children and King of the Hill. And
yeah. Well, I mean, VCam did say he did have 4 touchdowns in a single game. That's right.
That's right. That was our inspiring. That was our goal in life. Man,
And
if I could reach peak in high school.
As Chad pointed out, there was also No Ma'am.
Right. Yeah. All of our problems and going 30 years down the road and the white male is the problem. Well, we grew up admiring Al Bundy. Okay.
That's right. Way to go. Thanks, Fox.
Yeah. No, ma'am. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's amazing. All right, guys, thank you so much. Once again, tomorrow is our 100th episode. Then we're taking a week-long break. I will be launching a brand new website, not like MySpace on Wednesday, but something built for all creators. If you are a Twitch streamer, a live streamer, a YouTuber, if you do anything online that involves content creation, I'm launching a website for you. It's called collaboratorclub.com. It'll be launching on Wednesday of next week. So make sure you guys get in. It's a week from today. So head on over to 421 collaboratorclub.com. That's what I'm going to be doing there. And Brad, you're going to be doing a brand new single coming out on Friday. Is that right?
I do, yeah, in 2 days. For those of you new to the show, I'm a musician, songwriter, have been for like 20 years now. One of my music projects is 5 Times August. It's like a one-man band kind of thing. And I've got a new single coming out on Friday, April 16th, and a music video coming out. And it's called Jesus, What Happened to Us? And it'll be out on Friday on all the streaming services. And we'll see how long the video stays up, because I've been working on it this week, and it might go up and then get taken down.
We'll see. We'll see. CDI, yes. If you had an account in the beta, your account is still in over at Collaborator Club, which is great. All right, guys, have an excellent night. Here's the outro song. Bye.